Hello everyone and welcome to Biophoenix. Here we discuss all about NEET. So without any further delay, let's get started. So today we will discuss about permanent tissue. This tissue has fully mature and specialized cells. If you remember the cell cycle, then you will understand what I am talking about. In cell cycle, there were 5 phases: G1, S, G2, M and G0. G0 was a resting phase. Here the mature means cells are in G0 phase. Means cells are in resting phase. When the cell in G0, they can't divide. Okay. So here the mature means the cell are in G0 phase. And specialized. Cells are specialized. Specialized means it has a specific role to perform. Each specialized cell has a different job to do. Understand? Each specialized cell has a different job to do. So these two terminologies you have to remember about the permanent tissue. The cells in permanent tissue are fully mature and specialized. Now go to the slide. Now the permanent tissues are classified into two groups. One is simple permanent tissue and another one is complex permanent tissue. The cells of simple permanent tissue are structurally and functionally similar with each other. But in complex permanent tissue, cells are different structurally and as well as functionally. Okay, so the thing is, in simple permanent tissue, cells are similar, and in complex permanent tissue, cells are different. Now, the simple permanent tissue have three types of cells. One is parenchyma, second one is collenchyma, and the third one is sclerenchyma. So those three types of cells are present in simple permanent tissue. Sclerenchyma cells, they may be in form of fibers or maybe in form of sclerites. In complex permanent tissue, there are different types of cells are in different cell organizations. Yes, we can call it a cell organization. Why? Because there is a group of cells acting together to achieve a common function. So that is why we can call it organization. Okay. Now there is two examples. One is xylem, which contain 4 types of cell in its group: trachea, vessels, xylem fiber, and xylem parenchyma. These 4 types of cells are seen in xylem. Basic function is to transport water from roots to stem and leaves, and also it transports nutrition. Okay. Now the other one is phloem, which also contain 4 types of cells in its group. One is sheep tube, then companion cell, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fiber. The basic function is transport and distribution of organic nutrients all over the plant body. Okay. The first one is parenchyma, which is the cellular component of simple permanent tissue. This type of cells present in maximum amount in all over the plant body. Cells are isodiametric Isodiametric means roughly spherical. Okay, isodiametric means roughly spherical. Then what about cell wall? Cell wall is thin and just made up with cellulose. Just made up with cellulose. Also, we can see here some spaces between the cells. Okay, those are known as intercellular spaces. So we can see some intercellular spaces here. These cells perform various important functions, like one, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is done by mesophyll tissue. Mesophyll tissue is the internal ground tissue located between two epidermal cell layer of the leaf. So mesophyll tissue actually present in leaf, and the function of mesophyll tissue is photosynthesis. And it is actually a variation of parenchyma. So that is important. It is actually a variation of parenchyma. Mesophyll is actually a parenchyma. Okay, and the other functions is storage, secretions. Storage, so it stores some ions, water and waste material, and it may secrete some gums and resins. So the next one is collenchyma. Collenchyma present in layers below the epidermis in dicotyledonous plant. Can you remember dicot or dicotyledonous? What is dicotyledonous plant? Dicotyledonous plants are angiosperm actually. Angiosperm means flowering plants. So dicotyledonous plants has a pair of cotyledons in the seed. One seed has two cotyledons, that is dicotyledon. Okay, so the simple examples are peas, almonds, etc. So now next we can see the cells have thickened corners, and this thickness is due to the deposition of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin. Okay, and these depositions make the cell wall thick. So here we can see a thick cell wall. But just to remind, in parenchyma there was only cellulose, and also the cell wall was thin. Okay, so in parenchyma the cell wall was thin. If you forget about cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin, cellulose is only made up of glucose monomer. Cellulose is only made up of glucose monomers, while the hemicellulose is made up with several polymers. And the structure of cellulose is linear, but the hemicellulose is cross-linked polymer. Okay, so cross-linked and linear, those totally different from each other. And here pectin is a type of starch, or is a type of heteropolysaccharide. Okay, pectin is a type of heteropolysaccharide. Now the cells are oval, spherical, polygonal in shape, just like parenchyma cells. The collenchyma cells may contain chloroplast when they are in young stem or they are in green petiole. They may contain chloroplast. Also, here we can see cells are compactly attached with each other. So that is why there is no intercellular space. Okay, so there is no intercellular space. And now what about functions? Function is to provide mechanical support and to provide flexibility to the petiole, and stem of young plants. So this is all for today. In next video, we will discuss about sclerenchyma and complex permanent tissue.